Hello everyone, welcome back to luna-sol-onyx 124. My sister is asleep, so, no, we are reading, um, we're reading New Daycare Attendant. Who's that? Sun and Moon Show AU. Hold on, I think I forgot one thing. Nope, I got it, okay. I thought I was on mute. I already added this library. This is by Gaming with Lisa. I did ask for her permission to read this. See when, but yeah. But anyways, let us start. Ignore the background, everybody, because that's just my phone. That's just my S phone. I've decided to start adding this to every new fit I make to avoid confusion. AN before you read this, but there will probably be changes in writing as chapters go on. Since I am learning throughout writing this, all our animations are made by me for this fanfic. This fic has 0 ships, romance. There are trigger warnings like swearing, character death, robo equivalent to blood, and more depends on how I plan this. It will say if the chapter has a trigger warning on the ANs. I noticed that some people doesn't read the story description when I say there are no ships or anything like that here. aka no sun, X, eclipse, or anything like that. It's all platonic and that includes everyone. Hope you enjoy reading. Note, I am not at fault for whatever happens here, so be warned. I don't know what's going on. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm ready. AN. Surprise, I'm back. Unexpected. Anyways, I don't know why I keep making the first chapter so short. Also, I'm not sure why, but as I'm writing the chapters right now, it doesn't feel as joking and lighthearted compared to the first bit. Changing the cover later, because I don't have it ready. Chapter 1, All Alone. 59, and finally, 60 seconds. It has now been officially a week since October, the day the sun finally stood up and took back the light it once was stolen. The spell that should have ended him, but instead caused him agonizing pain once he woke up. Honestly, he should have expected the idiot to mess up somehow, but to mess it up badly that he was still alive was laughable. If you wasn't in constant pain right now. His body was completely mangled. One arm, no legs. Hell, even half his chest is gone. He's completely paralyzed. With his battery slowly dissipating each day, he only has 80% left. Damn, he's losing 20% each week. Eclipse laid on the cold, muddy floor, staring up at the peaceful sky. Trees scattered all around him, casting a light shade as birds flew by, chirping cheerfully. At least he gets to have the moment of peace, but it's slowly making him lose his mind. It's beautiful, he'll admit, but that also means he has nothing to do that keeps his mind off the things he did. What did Lunar call this? Self-reflection? Sure, self-reflection before he dies. Perfect, just the way to go out. Maybe a bit dramatic, better than having someone watch him die in front of them at least. Great, now the thought of Lunar came to his head. Ignore it, ignore it. He won't allow himself to be subjected to his conscience. And what would be his final moment soon. That traitor, his plan was honestly perfect, but all of this happened because of that traitor. The anger that was brewing inside him as he thought about his disowned brother slowly faded into sorrow. No, he had a reason why he betrayed me. Maybe. He was too harsh on him. He's just a kid. His own brother, no less. God, he's an idiot. 1 week flew to 2, then to a month as the days continued. The isolation was slowly chipping his mentality away as he lay on the ground, full of regret for the pain and suffering he caused to everyone he ever interacted with. Overgrown grass and weeds now overlap him as he stared up at the sky he saw when he first woke up. It's finally the time. He runs out of power. A month of laying on the filthy floor. He can finally be put to rest. Surely everyone is happy now that he's gone. The thought made him chuckle a bit, only for it to sound statically, watching as his voice covered itself with red warning pop-up alerting low power. They can now live in peace. Probably shouldn't have been such a stubborn idiot. Then maybe things would have been different. Imagine someone taking my place. Wait, the backup. He sighed, calmly closing his eyes before snapping them open at the realization he had backups. Sadly, he realized too late as his battery hit to zero and he shuts down officially, putting him to rest as the darkness takes its finish. As his final thoughts came out at that moment, I'm so sorry, Luna. A cute little photo. I don't know if I say cute, but it's actually really good. Better than mine. I'll tell you that right now. Everyone seen my videos? Yeah. 1 minute, guys. Alright, yes, I'm doing chapter 2 as well because, as she said, that chapter was very, oh god, I have terrible memory. She said that, goodness gracious, I forgot what I was going to say. Dang it. Anyways, let's just continue. Oh yeah, she said it was like a small chapter. There we go, I figured it out. And so there's some OCs mine that are gonna be here for only one chapter. They're here for most of this chapter because I need them to move the plot forward. Can't exactly have the Sun and Moon Show cast move the plot here, and it should get explained why. I think I didn't want to add OCs here but it desperately needed it. They're not important for the plot, so no worries. They're just moving clips to the right track. Forgot to add the barrels in the drawing. Chapter 2. Ooh, new replacement bot. Gumdrop. I'm not saying that. Go find something do. Voices drifted in and out slowly, getting clearer as he woke up. He should be dead. Why am I back online? Something just definitely felt off as Eclipse hadn't felt any pain when he woke up, opening his eyes and staring at the familiar ceiling in front of him. His head pounding, but at least his body doesn't feel like he's on fire. A dim light lit up the surrounding areas, allowing him to see two people standing over him. More like one person was standing over him while the others was in the shadow, ominous as hell. Pretty sure that's an animatronic, but not any he's seen before. The figure in the shadow crossed their arms, staring at the person next to him, disappointed, with purple eyes before looking over at him. Realizing he's awake, the bot smirked evilly, giving a dramatic sigh and turning around, leaving quietly. The man standing over him puffed proudly at the retreating bot as he looked down, locking eye contact immediately with him. The man stood in silence, staring at him, wide-eyed, before screeching loudly like a little girl. He cringed at the sound. Nicholas honestly couldn't tell if he was from horror or something else. Either way, humans are too unpredictable, even by his standards. Sweet, you're actually alive! Hey there! Sorry, you probably don't know where you are, but I found you in the forest while I was walking by. Your rays were poking out of a tall pile of dirt when I tripped over. So I took you, rebuilt you from the ground up, and now you're here at the Freddy Fazbear Pizza Plex and Parts and Service. Sorry, I had to change your entire design. It was way too broken to be fixed. The man rambled on as Eclipse stared at him, blankly confused about the whole situation. What? The first word that came out of his mouth that finally didn't get corrupted was static, but it wasn't his voice. It was slightly different, slightly higher pitched. Still different. Yeah, you look like the daycare animatronics who's at the daycare here. And Fazbear needs a new replacement model for Moon because of behavior issue things. I don't know, they just told me to get it done by 2 weeks. Using his fingers as air quote, he shook his head childly as he continued. I was gonna wipe your memory cream, but I thought you might have some wise wisdom in there too. Have some wise wisdom in there, so hope you're good with kids? He said, moving away, typing something, allowing the bot to get up to look at himself as he glanced down. His design looks exactly similar to his body, only black and reddish orange, compared to the normal tan color when he was in the sun. His pants were interesting looking, unique, and interesting change from the usual. A vibrant half-red and blue graduate with sun and moon symbol at the bottom. It's not bad looking. He could get used to the body, but why? Why does he have 4 arms? I guess it'd be useful if he needed to multitask, but with claws, wouldn't say this would be ideal for taking care of kids. Who even thought of this design choice? You're right, you're pretty quiet. Everything okay? Glancing up, seeing the man looking at him with slight concern. Fine, just haven't talked to anyone in a while. His eyes drifted back to his eyes as he bent his fingers, watching the smooth movement it produced. Makes sense. Your battery was completely drained when I found you. Don't think you couldn't move. I won't ask where you came from. But anyways, you should be ready to head to the daycare. I'll lead you to it. I'm Jeremy, by the way. Not sure if you have a name or not, but you can decide that later if you don't have one. Eclipse watched as Jeremy excited the protective cylinder before swinging his legs off the table, letting his feet to finally touch the ground. It was nostalgic. Since he had been expelled from the sun, he hadn't been able to move for around a month now. As he scooted closer to the edge and stood up unexpectedly way taller than what he was used to, Gravity decided that he was going to make a fool out of himself as he toppled over, smacking face down into the floor. Was it actually face? Did his face actually hit the ground? I don't know how to do that. Okay, never mind. Muffled laughter came from outside before a thump as he glared at the person laughing, who's on the ground cackling like a maniac. Shut it. He shouted in embarrassment, getting up and doing the walk of shame out of the cylinder. Sorry. The man was chuckling mess Sorry. The man was a chuckling mess on the floor, clearing, looking like he wasn't going to get up anytime soon. Eclipse crossed his arm in disappointment as he watched the giggling mess on the floor. Honestly, if he had to be embarrassed like that, he might as well embarrass this idiot as well. He thought, crouching down, using his 2 arms, picking Jeremy up by the armpits. As he stood up straight, letting legs dangle 2 feet off the ground, watching as the person struggled to get out of his grip. Dude, you better not drop me. Leg swinging, trying to loosen the grip he had before. Eclipse smiled slightly and dropped him. The person landed perfectly fine on their feet as they stood there before looking at him disappointedly as he shook his head, then gesturing the bot to follow him. As the 2 walked on their journey to the daycare, Jeremy gave a tour along the way. Pretty loose, especially since he's been here, but he decided to humor him and nodded in acknowledgement. And here we are, the Superstar Daycare. I still need a name to put in the system, so here, call me when you have a name I can put in. Standing in front of the open daycare as the man said, facing him, handing him a folded paper with 2 fingers. Eclipse looked at the folded sheet Eclipse looked at the folded sheet, then taking it gingerly with one hand, inspecting the paper before snuffling it in his pants pocket. I did not know they have pants pockets. Jeremy gave him a thumbs up before striding next to him, giving a couple pats on the back. He skipped off, leaving him alone in front of the daycare. Eclipse stared at the empty daycare. He had most definitely thought he would see Sun stacking the bears as usual, but it seemed as though nobody was here. He felt wrong. He wasn't supposed to be here, yet here he is, alive and standing at the place he was supposed to die. It seems as though fate always dragged him back to this one place, even if he left. He should go in. He's wasted too much time. Not like he has anything to do. Cautiously, he took a step forward. As he stepped closer, he felt the rising guilt that he bottled up while he was at parts and service. No bottling up now. It's time to finally face them. After crossing the daycare doors, he glanced around. Everything looked exactly the same since he was last here, but what he didn't realize, someone watched him as he walked in. Who the hell are you? The voice came from the right as he snapped his head in that direction. He hadn't noticed him, but on the right, a yellow animatronic with yellow sun rays was sitting down in the chair at the security desk, staring at him. Barrels scattered around him as it looked like he was cleaning them before going wide-eyed. Eclipse? What? That had surprised him. He hadn't expected someone was just watching him since he walked in. Wait, no, sorry. You just look like someone we know. I'm Sun. Sorry about yelling. The bot placed down a barrel they were holding as he rubbed his eyes, looking very stressed. So, what brings you here? You kinda looks like us. Bringing his hands down as he got up, walking over before standing in front of him. I was told I was a replacement for Moon. Replacement. Wait, let me check something. Sun turned back around, heading back to the security desk and typed something before cranking himself up. Oh, that's not good. What's your name? The solar animatronic stared up, waiting for a reply. Equinox. My name is Equinox. Barrel! I'm gonna read the next chapter because I like to read this long since I have not been posting. Are you okay? Hold on, guys. Alright, okay. Chapter 3. Good morning, Moon. Equinox? Nice to meet you. I wasn't aware that Moon was getting a replacement, so this was very short notice. I don't have anything ready for you to do. Can you clean the rest of the barrels while I go talk to my brother? Sun watched as the bot rays spun around lightly from behind the desk, clearly in thought. Sure. After the all-waited reply, the solar animatronic walked away from the desk and swapped places with Equinox. The barrels on the floor are all clean, so no need to worry about those. Just stay here. I think that's what it means. I'll be back in a minute, Sun said before bolting out the doors. He could feel eyes watching him as he headed up the stairs. Something felt very similar with the new animatronic, both in appearance and voice. They're way too similar to... Oh no! My... Woo, turned off for me. They're way too similar to Eclipse. Moon should still be asleep right now, since it's in the early mornings after all. Sun thought, crawling inside the cramped tunnel, traveling from the main room to his counterpart's room. His rays shrunk from his head, making it easier for him to get in as his faceplate poked out of the tunnel, rays jutting back out into its natural state. His eyes glancing around, trying to find his lunar brother and the dimly lit room. It was remarkably pretty nice in here. Not something he would have in his room, but it's nice nonetheless. Sun looked around before catching on the left, where he laid on the bed sleeping like oh so peacefully. Too bad he's gonna wake up in a bad mood. After fully getting out of the tunnel, he stands over his brother, staring down at him menacingly as Moon snored, totally knocked out asleep. Sun inhaled a big gulp of air he doesn't even need before laying down closer to the sleeping figure ahead. Moon, get up! The loud sound startled his poor brother as they yelped in alert. Sun leaned back, standing up straight as he watched the night animatronic looking around completely spooked. Before seeing him, Moon stared at him before grunting to himself, falling back onto the bed. What do you want, son? The lunar bot looked over at his brother counterpart tiredly. What time is it? It is 5:59. Anyways, we have big news, so you want the good or bad news first? He stood proudly with his hands on his hip as he stood next to the bed. Why can't that wait until later? Nope, we need to fix your sleep schedule, and it's important. Fine. Go. What's the good news? He muttered, bringing a hand up to his face. There's a new animatronic here to help with the daycare. Cool. And the bad? You're getting replaced. After Sun said that, the silence was real until Moon decided to break the silence. I'm going back to... Sorry, my throat's starting to hurt. I'm only reading this for y'all guys, because I have not been posting a lot. I'm going back to bed. Moon flipped over now, facing the wall, away from Sun. No, you're absolutely not. He pulled onto his shoulder, pulling him back to face him. It's too early to be dealing with that. The tired figure leaned back his head with closed eyes, looking exhausted. Can you at least see what I'm talking about? They look too much like Eclipse. Sun let go of Moon, stop talking. That had seemed to get a slight reaction from him. Moon silently sat up and got up, standing directly in front of Sun, close enough that their face plates are almost touching each other. Moon, where are they? Okay, wow, I didn't expect that to get your attention this quick, but they should be down where the security desk is. Cool, you're coming with me. A blue and white hand grabbed onto the tan arm before... What?
If I pick up the couch, will you look for my Madden game underneath it?
Not right now. I'm making a video.
Just do it real quick. Just pause the video.
Oh my god. Alright. Where was I? Boy, what the heck? Okay, wow, I didn't expect that to get your attention this quick. But they should be down where the security desk is. Cool, you're coming with me. A blue and white hand grabbed onto the tan arm before dragging himself through the tunnel quickly. As the sun, who's now getting pulled, smacked his wrist on the side of the tunnel because he didn't retract him in time. Yikes. The duo climbed up the ladder to the balcony and peered down, seeing the figure at the studios. Moon observed the bot carefully from the distance. You don't think that's Eclipse in another form, right? Sun asked, who's now beside him. Not sure. From what I can see from here, he looks similar to Eclipse. If that is Eclipse, he's obviously has an ego if he's trying to disguise himself horribly. Even when Eclipse is not here, he's gonna make fun of him either way. Can't you, I don't know, scan him with your computer or something? Sun made small gestures in the air with his hand. You are not gonna find anything in there.
Want to bet?
Yes.
Look at what I already found.
This is what happens when Brittany steps
Sun made small gestures in the air with his hand. I could, but if he's in a new body, then that wouldn't work since he would have another serial number. New body? It was on our YouTube channel. Our editor somehow has clips of Eclipse muttering to himself about getting a new body. How they got clips of Eclipse in his face, I don't know. The editor must be some kind of god or something. Doesn't exactly help me track him down if it's just showing inside of his face. Anyways, did you get their name? He questioned, turning to his brother. I think we should question how the editor is getting these clips. Anyways, they said it was Equinox. Not sure if that would help since he didn't have a name in this database. Sun ruffled his rays nervously. This entire situation was a lot different than when their sister, Earth, came to the daycare. Great, even the name is similar. Fantastic. Computer. Moon called out, turning away from the balcony. Yes, yes. Two voices echoed through the intercom. Scan the animatronic in the daycare and tell me if that's Eclipse. Scanning. Moon was honestly surprised. He had expected the two AIs to argue with each other, but it seems they are finally working together for once. Scanning complete. The first voice spoke before getting interrupted. Scanning says the serial number is not corresponding with Eclipse, but it is part of Fazbear production line. How dare you? I was going to deliver the results. Sucks to be you. You should have been faster. And you're just like a teacher's pet. Both Sun and Moon stood in silence waiting for it to die down, but it seemed the two AI were still bickering and probably won't be for a while, as Moon started getting irritated with them. Both of you shut up. Get yourselves gone. Maybe we should go down now. Moon sighed before jumping to the ball pit. A few balls scattered around him upon interacting. Sun followed along with his brother, got out of the ball pit. He could see Moon charging over to the scooters. It's time to finally introduce themselves properly. I love this smile right now. Look at that smile. See you guys. Bye. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the Luna Marie show. All of my role plays are now going to be there. If y'all see them post. Bye, everybody.